The Chiefs brought this DB back just in time for all the pain. Plus, there's possibly a Hollywood sighting on your radar, and they still don't have an answer to job number one. Let's break it down. Welcome back in, everybody. A lot going on in Chiefs Kingdom. Please like, sub, hit the bell. Join us here at Rogue Nation. I'm Ryan Tracy. This is Ryan Going Rogue, RGR Football. We have a lot for you. And this is this time of day where I just get to tell you what I think. This is the breakdown. Super simple. What I like and what I don't. This is desperation. Job number one this week was to get Steven Nelson in the building, and they signed him. He is onto the practice squad. He can be elevated whenever they feel like it. Very, very simple. Don't know if that's going to happen this week because that is a lot to just come in off the street from a guy that was just on the couch to get into a building, get reacclimated, and get onto the field. That is a tall order. But there is a bit of an advantage, obviously, a ton of experience on Steven Nelson's side that does let him make some adjustments, be able to understand what he's looking at. So it really is about the physical side of it, is what kind of shape has he stayed in? Is he ready to do this? This was another in the series of the Chiefs just letting hell freeze over because they did some things that they swore in inner circles that they would never do. They brought back Kareem Hunt earlier this year. Now they bring back another guy who didn't depart on the best of terms, but that was a long time ago, and hopefully a lot of maturity ago. Now Steven Nelson is back. They need him because it's getting very, very thin at cornerback. Obviously, if you've heard any of the other shows this week here on this channel or on Locked On Chiefs, I'm really happy with the way Trent McDuffie is playing and the way that he is starting to rise as they get towards the postseason. Obviously, he got a nice shutout after Sunday Night Football, played a good game, but he can't be alone. Everybody else in some way, shape, or form at the cornerback position is either beat up or has absolutely no experience to speak from, and that's where Nelson comes in. The problem for Nelson is that he joins a team that is about to go through the worst stretch of football in this season all year long. And it's honestly a crime what the NFL schedulers have done to put these games so tight together. The best way to get into the action is with BetUS and their deal with code YouTube150. You can start playing today with that exclusive offer. You can get into all the football that you want, whether it's this week's matchup for the Chiefs, whether it's getting into the season-long odds against Super Bowl, against the division. The Chiefs are heavily favored in a lot of those, but there are plenty of bets to be made. And you can do it all at BetUS, where you can get 150% of your deposit bonus up to 3 times and up to $2,000. Use YouTube 150 today at BetUS. 3 games, 10 days, and 8 weeks removed from a bye week. Now, if you were going to do this, okay, sometimes you have to stack this schedule. And this is one of the teams that can do it and still put on an entertaining product on the TV and on the field for the fans. But you should have given them a bye week. What the hell are you thinking? This has to be something that comes closer to this deadline. Not earlier in terms of early in the season. They had to be considered earlier in the process when you designed this schedule. They should have had a bye week at week 8 or after in order to go through this gauntlet that they are about to go through, particularly when you understand the number one thing that they are trying to fix is the left tackle position. And this is a gauntlet of pass rushers. Starting last week with the Chargers, now you're on to Myles Garrett, arguably the number one pass rusher in this league. In 2 weeks, you're going to get TJ Watt, arguably the number one pass rusher in this league. It's a man-to-man battle right here for who's going to perform the best against the Kansas City Chiefs, knowing that they are weak at offensive tackle. And as I record this tonight, we have no MRI results for DJ Humphries. Obviously came in and was very rusty, had some issues early. I felt like he progressed in the second quarter against the Chargers and the third quarter and was actually starting to get loose and get back into the flow of things before the hamstring injury. And we don't have anything more definitive than that right now. The problem is you rushed him into it. You didn't have to, but you felt you needed to. At least the coaching staff did. And this is what happens oftentimes when players are rushed back onto the field. Now, hopefully he can recover, take it easy for a couple of weeks, and be ready. If it's me, I am targeting the Pittsburgh Steelers as the game that he comes back. I would like to get through the next two ball games against Myles Garrett and against the pass rush duo of Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson in Texas, and get through those two games so that you're not trying to put him out there on these short weeks after having basically one game and one padded practice so far since his return to the NFL. That is a tall, tall order. Now, you have a couple of options. You can still put Joe Thuney out at left tackle, shuffle the guards around. That's a viable case. Wanya Morris, obviously, with a little bit of rest, he came in and played only, I think, 9 snaps last week. You could put him out there. Tall order for anybody to block Myles Garrett, especially one-on-one. So whoever it is, you got to get out there and you got to help him. I would like to see Kingsley active again and at least let him be the 6th offensive lineman and use him in such so that he and Wanya could maybe take on Garrett together. I think that would be a viable way to get him back in the flow. Make sure that you are giving plenty of attention to this all-star pass rusher and not let Mahomes get hit. That's job number one. We don't know how that's going to go. We'll have an update for you later in the week, and we will have the game plan on Friday that will definitely give you the lowdown on where we stand going into this first game of this devilish stretch that is just going to be hellacious. It's going to be a Saturday game after the Browns, and it's going to be a Christmas Day game after that. There's a lot to go on there, and you got to make sure that you get through this. You do have an extra lead at this point. You're lengthening the gap. You have an opportunity here to take the bull by the horns and own the first round bye, which after everything that this schedule, this couple of weeks, and the early bye has set you up that you have to have in order to make a legitimate run. Let's hope that they get it. The last piece that's coming around is we're starting to see that we're getting close to the window. Could be a Steelers game return for Hollywood Brown as well. There could be a sighting as soon as this week. We will know tomorrow because the window has to open and you have a 3-week gap. It could open now and you could wait until day 21, or you can open it in 2 weeks and get ready to go that day. There is no rhyme or reason about it, but it is a gap, a window to activating a player that then can be brought back in full on the roster and ready to go. Now, what that does is that helps immensely, gives you another veteran that obviously had started to roll with Patrick in the preseason early in the year and just wasn't able to catch on because of the injury. Now, it'll take him a little while, but you put him with Hop, with X, with Juju, with Travis, with Noah Gray, you have a lot of options at that point. And it all comes back to how does it all work together as an offensive unit to protect long enough to get it to your weapons, to make sure you put up points. It all starts this week against the Browns. We're going to have it all for you on Friday. Dan's going to have film for you tomorrow. We'll be back. Don't miss Gary and all the stat breakdown on Thursday as well. Looking forward to this stretch. It's going to be tough on the team. It's going to be tough on us. We hope you'll be here with us the entire time. Like, sub, hit that bell. Thanks for being here today. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more and subscribe to RGR Football.